Hello, today I'm going to show you how to make quick and easy cinnamon rolls. They taste almost identical to Cinnabons. The trick of it is to use a bread machine. Any bread machine will do. What you're going to do is you're going to put your wet ingredients. I have a list over here that I've made for you back in the background. And I'm going to put in my 1 cup. I use half and half. 1 cup, half and half. It's warmed up to 105 degrees. Then I'm going to put the 6 tablespoons of butter in it. And I'm going to pour that in there. And what you want to do is you want to put all your wet ingredients in here first in the bread machine. So that's the warm milk, 1 cup. I use half and half. And 2 eggs. The 6 tablespoons of butter. And then I've taken and I whisked together the cinnamon, 1 teaspoon cinnamon, 1 teaspoon salt, and 4½ cups of flour. And I'm going to pour in the 1/2 cup plus 1 tablespoon of sugar. And I'm going to put this in there. The last thing you add is your yeast, because your yeast doesn't need to touch the wet ingredients. And then the last thing you add is the 1 tablespoon of yeast. And you're going to put that on the top of your bread machine. When you're mixing it and you don't have a bread machine, you put the yeast with the half and half and the sugar. Then I'm going to turn it on to dough, and we're going to let this just work its magic and do the dough, and then I'll be back to show you how to roll them out, put in the butter and the cinnamon and the brown sugar, and then how to make the frosting. So we're going to make the frosting now. The dough is setting and it's starting to rise in the bread machine. So for the frosting, you need 1/2 cup of butter, 3 ounces of cream cheese. I had a little bit more, so that's okay. You can add 4. And then I got 2 cups of powdered sugar, and I add 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla. And the secret, I think, in the frosting is adding lemon. Lemon gives it this unique, different flavor. I think it's almost like a cinnamon bun frosting. I've been trying to copy it for years. So we're going to whip this together. So like I said, whisk this together. You're going to whisk the cream cheese and your butter. Then you're going to add your vanilla. I added my vanilla. Then I'm going to put the powdered sugar in there. Then I'm going to add lemon. Then the half and half is to how thick you want your frosting. You're going to really want to whip this to really fluff it up. And you can stop, slow it down, and then you're going to put your powdered sugar in and do it real slow. So you poured it in and you're letting it whip real slow, and you're going to let it take its time and kind of mix up with the cream cheese and the butter. And don't rush this. In the meantime, I also use grated lemon peel plus the lemon. Like I said, I've added my vanilla, my butter, and my cream cheese. And as you can see, it's thickening, and I did it real slow. You want to put the half and half, you can. If not, it all depends on how you like your frosting. I add a little bit of half and half. It gives it that little milky taste, fluffier. We're going to be adding our lemon. I kind of just squeeze it. And squeeze it like that and like that. And you're going to, of course, taste it. And then you're going to grate it. Put some grated lemon peel on it. I think that's the secret ingredient in frosting is lemon. I might not have to put half and half. I'm just going to add a little bit. Because you can also add whipping cream too. And there you have it. There's my frosting. And then next, when I take my dough out, I'm going to roll it out, and we're going to show you what we're going to put on that. What I do is take the time out to taste it, and if I think it needs a little bit more lemon, I put in a little bit more lemon. Grate up some lemon peel. And put that in. And then I just keep tasting it to see if I need to add any more. It all depends on taste. And if you accidentally took too much cream in it, you can also put more powdered sugar in it to balance it out and thicken it again. Like I said, it all depends on taste. I whipped mine, and to show you how much you want it to look like, or what do you want it to look like, that is pretty well a very good consistency. And then when we put it on after cinnamon rolls are baked, it'll be nice and yummy. So our dough is ready. It's come out of the bread machine. Broken it down. And punch it down. Flip it around. And kind of stretch it out. Then we're going to make sure there's no little imperfections. And then we're going to roll it out. I kind of just guess at rolling it out. You can measure it. I need at least 15 rolls. It's up to you what you want to do. You roll it out. Once it's rolled out, we're going to start with the butter, then the cinnamon, then the brown sugar, and then some more cinnamon if you want. So what I kind of measure is the end of the rolling pin. I usually measure to this side, to this side. The more you roll it this way, the more rolls of cinnamon you're going to get. What I sometimes do is I pick it up, flip it, pick it up, flip it. So I squared out my dough, and then we're going to put the butter on it. And what I do is really massage that butter on there. I usually go the length of each way of the rolling pin. That's kind of how I figure out how big to make it. Make sure that butter is rubbed all over. The butter and the cinnamon makes it the gooey gooiness. Make sure you get the ends with the butter in the middle. You get nasty hands. Now you're gonna shake your cinnamon. You're gonna rub that cinnamon in with the butter. Pat it down. What I usually do is pre-measure everything. That way your hands aren't all gooey mooey. I put 3 tablespoons of cinnamon. It's a preference of what you like. I like a little more cinnamon. Hands are nice and gooey. Then I'm going to sprinkle a cup of the brown sugar. My daughter has been begging me to make these. The last time I made them, I didn't give her any, so she's mad at us. Okay, let's rub that in. I suggest before you roll it, maybe wash your hands. It's really, you can massage that stuff off. Once I wash my hands, we're going to come back and we're going to roll this. I mean, you can roll it now. Probably better to roll it now while my hands are nice and gooey. we will have a full of cinnamon in between. Yeah, why not? So you just kind of roll it, massage it, roll it. Because the more rolls you have, the more cinnamony it's going to be. I start at one end, and I kind of like pull it inward as you're rolling. Of course, I'm getting all that cinnamon rolled on. Like I said, you can put more cinnamon on it before you roll it. That's up to you. When you get to the end, you're going to want to stretch it out. We have the same measurement, and I have my oven preheating to 350 degrees. You're going to get this nice long roll. So your rolls look like this. I'm going to massage all that cinnamon on there because it's not going to hurt it. I want to make sure the ends are pretty even and sealed. So here is what my roll looks like. I'm wipe most of my cinnamon off my hands onto it. And then you're going to cut it. So in order to cut it, I usually use like something like measurement, like a tip of a blade. You can do whatever you want. Kind of guess at it, you can measure it. So what I'm using is, I've used a marker, I bent a little straw, and I'm measuring it. And I'm putting slits, and then I'm going to go back and cut it. This is how you can measure it. So now I'm going back and I'm cutting it where my little lines are. And then put the cinnamon rolls in your pans. You want to make sure that they're nice and tight. The reason that you won't want them to expand too much is you actually don't want your dough to be too big. So you put them in like that. You can let them rise, and if they don't rise, don't worry about it. Now I'm going to the second one. Putting them there. And I'll show you that the more you roll it, the more cinnamony. See the cinnamon rolls? The rolls. So what do you want to do? I had to go get another one. That one was a little too big. Is grease your pan, and you want to put them as tight as you can, because when they expand, you don't want them to expand too much. It's kind of a weird philosophy. You can take cinnamon and you can sprinkle the top of it and get a more cinnamon flavor. We're going to put these in the oven. We're going to bake them at 350 for like 20 minutes. What I like to use is Saigon ground cinnamon. It's just, you want a cinnamon that has a little bit more potent flavor. I have cut them and I have put them, and I put cinnamon on the top. My secret I found out is that you don't have to let them rise. You can let them cook and bake, and they'll rise and they'll squish all together in the oven. So that's what I'm going to do this time. We're going to see how they're going to turn out. Also, another tip, you can use bread flour, regular flour, just not self-rising flour. This time I've used bread flour. It gives it a more cakey taste. So I've taken them out of the oven. It took a little bit longer, maybe 28 minutes I'd say. After 20 minutes, you want to check it every 2 minutes. And this is what they look like. You see, like I said, you don't have to have them pre-rise. And then you put the icing on it, and there you go. So you take the icing, you put it on the cinnamon rolls. You can spread it on all of them, or you can wait. There you have it.